Take two. This is Stephen, the Disney Drago Robinson. You're watching the one and only Sport Icon. Bow!
Okay, so the unified heavyweight world champion Oleksandr Usyk has said this about Tyson Fury and how he wants that fight. This is what he had to say. I just need this fight. That's it. I think he needs it too. This fight is very important for both of us because all of the belts haven't been held by one person for 30 years in the heavyweight division. So both of us need this fight. But this will be like any other fight. It's just a big man who's never lost before against a man who has a WBC belt. Oleksandr Usyk's statement. Now, I want this fight too. We all want this fight. Of course we do. It's undisputed, and he is correct. We haven't had an undisputed heavyweight world champion since Lennox Lewis. So it would be nice to finally have one, and what happens after then is whatever happens after then. Now, this fight should be going ahead. As I said before, it certainly looks like that this fight is on, or things have been heading in the right direction. How did I know all that? As I said to you guys before, well, I knew because my good pal Stephen Robinson has been invited to Oleksandr Usyk's training camp for the Tyson Fury fight. He's currently with him right now. So, of course, I knew about it quite some time ago. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that all contracts have been signed and the announcement is imminent and whatever else. I mean, it should be, but it's not, okay? As far as we know, it's not, at least anyway. We don't know because obviously there's no official announcement yet. Quite what the hold-up is, we don't know. Maybe Usyk has agreed and maybe Tyson Fury has agreed all terms, and now we're waiting for Frank Warren, Bob Arum to sort out the venue and sort out the posters and all that kind of stuff. Maybe that's what we're waiting for right now. That would be nice. But it's much needed. This fight is much needed. And if somehow this fight does fall apart, we know firmly where to lay the blame. We know this. Bob Arum has told you this quite some time ago, where Oleksandr Usyk has agreed all his terms and his side weeks and weeks ago. John Fury has said, well, Tyson wants to be the A side in this one. So we know where the hold-up is. Even though Tyson Fury, who's demanded to be the A side in this one, was demanding 50-50 with Anthony Joshua, when Anthony Joshua first offered him the fight. This is before Fury became WBC World Heavyweight Champion, where Tyson Fury was on a bit of a comeback and had a reputation of being a drugs cheat. That Fury was asking for 50-50 with Anthony Joshua. So, for me, and I'm sure most of you will agree, let's just play fair. But of course, some Tyson Fury fans will say, no, Tyson Fury should definitely be the A side and Usyk should bow down to his demands and blah, blah, blah. Why? Because they just love Tyson Fury. That's all it is. They're not actually boxing fans. They just love Tyson Fury. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. You can like and love whoever you want to like and love. But the reality is, business is what will either make a fight or break a fight. These guys have been negotiating for far too long. Far too long. Now, had Tyson Fury been negotiating with Anthony Joshua, you know fine well that Fury would have pulled out by now. Of course he would have done. He'd have put out social media post after social media post. You got 24 hours, Dosser, all that kind of stuff. Why? Because he didn't want to give Anthony Joshua any kind of graces. He never wanted the Anthony Joshua fight. That's not my opinion, okay? That's pretty much fact. The receipts show that. But that said, okay, we want this fight. We need this fight. Usyk and his team have been the ones who's been literally chasing Tyson Fury around the globe. It's them who have sent over representatives to London to meet up with Frank Warren. It's them who agreed to the deal ages ago to fight in Saudi Arabia. They agreed to the deal to fight at Wembley Stadium. They've agreed to pretty much everything. All Usyk has asked for is to be fair in negotiations. When it comes to a percentage, if it comes down to a percentage, well, give me 50-50. Usyk's not asking for more than that. He's saying, just be fair. I've got all the belts. You've got one. Let's just play fair. I've done better pay-per-view numbers than what you have. And that's true. He has. All barring the Dillian White fight for Tyson Fury, of course. When Usyk took on Bellew, when Usyk took on Chisora, when Usyk took on Anthony Joshua both times, all of those done better pay-per-view numbers than Fury done against Derek Chisora. That's not my opinion. That's fact, right? So, hopefully this fight happens. I'm sure it will. And as he says, he needs that fight. And he's proven it time and time again that he is about that life. You know, he's an Olympic gold medalist who's done it away from home. He's won all of his belts when he became undisputed cruiserweight world champion. Didn't beat one guy to get all those belts. He beat individual guys to pick up those belts in their own backyard. He defeated Anthony Joshua to become the unified heavyweight world champion in Anthony Joshua's home backyard. Went to Saudi Arabia and beat him again. He deserves a lot of respect, a lot of credit. He does. Fury, who knows what Fury really wants. Hopefully he really wants this fight. And the fact that he hasn't pulled out yet would suggest that he does want this fight. But there again, where else is Fury going to go? I think the public have had enough of the games of him messing about all the time. Every time it comes to negotiations, everything seems to be complicated. Everything seems to be difficult. It's ridiculous. You know, fighting a Derek Chisora was an absolute piss take. Could he get away with going to go fight a Francis Ngannou or a whatever? Could he get away with any of that? No. He can't now. People have had enough. People have had enough of the messing about, and people know where the blame will lay if this fight does not happen. So hopefully he gets his head on. He's the one who said that he's not a Spartan. He don't care about money. He's got more than enough money to spend in several lifetimes and blah, 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 blah. He's not a greedy man. He still drives around in his Passat and all that kind of rubbish. But what's the problem then? There's no problem. I know people say Usyk said he'd fight for free. Yeah, if Fury fights for free too. He's just asking for a fair deal. That's all he's asking for. It's not hard. But anyway, quite clearly, he really wants Fury. Why would he want him? Well, for the money. He's earned way more money fighting Anthony Joshua on 2 occasions than what he would have done against Tyson Fury. It's for undisputed. 2-weight undisputed world champion. If he beats Tyson Fury and becomes undisputed world heavyweight champion, on top of becoming cruiserweight undisputed world champion, that's Hall of Fame guaranteed. In fact, he's pretty much there anyway, you would say. But this cements it. Maybe Fury's a little bit nervous. Maybe. You know, he's called him a middleweight, he's called him a rabbit, he's no good, he's on peds and all that kind of stuff. Well, when you say all this kind of stuff, prove it. You're the big man, right? So go beat him. Become undisputed champion. And I know Fury said before he didn't care about undisputed, he didn't care about the belts. No, of course not. And that's why he threatened to retire on several occasions, but kept hold of the belt, and how he wanted to fight Derek Chisora for a third time because it was a legacy. And he mentions legacy a lot, so he does care about legacy. But he also cares about the green buck. He does. So anyway, let's see what happens. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.